How to guarantee results for your career coaching clients, the 3 must-have elements. If you want a shortcut and you want my team and I to help you build out your program, this is what we do. We know exactly how to build a world-class program in a couple of weeks, as long as you're willing to execute. We will give you the right strategy of us being there, done that, and having seen some of the best programs in the world. We will give you the right accountability, and you will be in an amazing community of fellow career coaches that are in the same goal. Did you know that most career coaching programs fail because they're missing one or many of these elements that are crucial to the success of your clients? And in this video, I am going to go through each of those 3 elements that are so crucial for your business and explain to you how to implement them into your career coaching program. And let me tell you a secret. If you implement them, you will have massive success, which will lead to massive results for your clients, testimonials, and will make marketing and sales so much easier. In this video, I'm going to cover number 1, how the right strategy sets the right foundation for success. Number 2, why accountability is a must-have in your program and why it turns the right strategy into execution. And number 3, how to build a community that fosters growth and ensures everlasting results. If we have not yet met, my name is Daniel Watero and I'm a founder of Opni. I've been a career coach for over 10 years and I've done millions of dollars in career coaching services. And for the last 2 years, I work with some of the best career coaches on the planet and help them build a more profitable, scalable, and impactful business. And I've had the pleasure of speaking and working with over 300 career coaches, and I've seen what are the programs that work and what are the programs that don't. And when I look at the best programs in the industry, there's 3 main things that they all have in common. And it's the topics that we're diving into this video: the right strategy, accountability, and community. And that is why I'm making this video. So if you have not yet liked and subscribed in this video, this is your shot. And if you're looking to grow your career coaching business and take it to the next level, then you can apply to work with us. Let's get started. Number 1, the right strategy. And you're probably wondering, what is the right strategy for your career coaching business? Do you even have the right strategy? And let me shoot it to you straight. When it comes to the right strategy, I believe there's an 80-20 rule. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. 80% of what every career coach should teach should be the same, right? The fundamentals of what a good resume should have, the fundamentals of networking, of clarity, of interview prep, of salary negotiation, that knowledge, that strategy is out there, right? You can use YouTube, ChatGPT. We all are learning from the same sources. I mean, you can try to be controversial and go against the flow and maybe have one really crazy idea, but 80% of what you're teaching is going to be the same as everyone else. And that's a commodity, right? That is not exclusive to you. Those are things. Now, what makes your program you? What makes your program special? What is that secret sauce? And I would actually say is the other 20%, right? That is different. Your unique approach to the spin of the original traditional tried and true strategy that is known to work. That 20% is divided into 2 things. So let me break this down. And you can break the 20% however you want. Let's say 10 and 10 for the purpose of this video. 10% is your personal brand, right? Your personal experience, your spin on it, your personality, your life view, the way that you look at life, your personal brand, right? Your however it makes you you. You're funny. You talk about I don't know, Pokemons, or like you are a geek for Star Wars, or you love triathlons, or you love to read. Whatever makes you you. There, people are buying you. People like to buy from people they like and they trust. That's a big part of it. That's what's going to make you different. The second part is your niche. And I talk about niching a lot, and I think it's really important because when you have a program, a career coaching program that is solving for a niche, you're going to be able to add elements to your program that only make sense for that program. So I'll give you a couple of examples to help your creativity going so that you can start thinking about this. Remember, 80% is going to be kind of the same. Let's not fight that. It's the reality. And in fact, you want that because it gives you your program stability. 10% is going to be your brand, your personality, your unique life views, right? And then 10% is actually going to be your niche. So when I was working with international STEM students, something that made a lot of sense for me to incorporate into my program was bringing in an immigration expert to speak with my international students that were in an F1 visa looking for H1B. Now, if you're not working with international students, you don't need an immigration lawyer. It wouldn't make sense for you to add that into your program. But it did make sense for my program. It elevated my program. Let me give you another example. A client of mine, his name is Samuel, has a career coaching program that helps people break into medical sales. And in medical sales, you're essentially selling to hospital directors and doctors. And one of the things that he does, which I think is extremely fascinating, is that he not only have the district managers of medical sales teaching their clients, but he's also partnered with doctors to come and teach his clients how to sell to doctors, right? That only makes sense if you are going into medical sales and you want to sell to doctors. Here's another one. I have a client, I just did an offer. We were doing an offer redefinement call with her yesterday. Her name is Elvie, and she teaches people in technical program managers. And we were discussing how to add that 10% sprinkle secret sauce to her. And one of the things we came up with, when people are in her program, she will get them their Scrum Master certification, right? And I asked her how long would it help, because she did that in Amazon. She has this experience of teaching people how to become Scrum Masters in Amazon for 5 years. And so she says, I can teach them with videos and modules, and they can do a weekend program and then get a Scrum Master certification. And she has a mentor that can give the certifications. And I'm like, that would be massively value added. That makes sense for your niche. That wouldn't make sense for 99% of other career coaches. That will elevate your program, right? And so when you add those 3 elements in the strategy, right, the tried and true strategies that we all kind of all know, and that's like a commodity, your personal brand, your unique views, and those unique things that you can do for your niche, that's what's going to make the strategy amazing for your program. Now, strategy alone is not going to allow you to have the same level of success that if you just had strategy, accountability, and community. And let me explain to you that. And this actually takes us to point number 2, which is accountability. Knowledge is not power. Actionable knowledge is power. So you can have the best program, the best resources, the best videos, the best all of that. But if your clients are not executing the strategy that you built in point number 1, then you're not going to get the same level of success. And I'm gonna give you guys an example of this, right? I recently invested in a gym, so I am reading Alex Ramos's first book called Gym Launch Secrets. And in the book, he talks about how can a mom and pop gym, right, like a small non-corporate, non-franchise gym, compete with the big box LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness, Planet Fitness, that are bigger facilities, better equipment, and cheaper prices, right? So if you think about a mom and pop gym, usually charges around 150. Think about like a CrossFit, right? They charge between 150 to $300. But you can go to Anytime Fitness or let's say Planet Fitness, which is the cheapest, and you can get it for less than $20. Bigger gym, more equipment, 24 hours a day, like all of that is there, right? So you're like, how do I even compete? And the reality is, who gets better results? The average client at of Planet Fitness or the average client at a CrossFit gym? And the answer is very, very clear. The individuals that are going to a CrossFit get massively bigger, healthy results. They're in better shape than the ones at Planet Fitness. And why is that? Because the business model of big box gyms is for 80% plus of their clients to not show up. They're purposely not holding you accountable. They don't want to hold you accountable, right? Because if everyone showed up, then the gym will not have the capacity. They are planning for you to fail. And what's interesting is that, like, if you're like me and like most people that go into career coaching, which we don't do this primarily for the money, we do this for the impact, and then obviously we want to make good money out of it. We want to make impact. We don't just want to sell clients and they don't get jobs, they don't get promoted, they don't get results. We want to ultimately be able to help them get results. And so if you don't have good accountability mechanisms in place to ensure that your clients are executing the strategy that we spoke about in point 1, then you are setting your clients up for failure, and you're no different than those big box gyms. And the difference why those mom and pop gyms can compete is because they care about their clients and they're holding them accountable. If you're not going to a gym for like a CrossFit gym for a couple of weeks, ultimately what they're going to want to do is they should call you and say, hey, Daniel, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you traveling? Why have you not? We have not seen you. We miss you, right? And I think that's a really important element that you need to be implementing into your program in order for your clients to execute. Another idea for helping you do this is one of my favorite ones. It's actually using the app Shapeshifter. And out of all transparency, I am such a big believer in accountability that I wanted to work with this company from the beginning to help them design an AI tool for career coaches that helps them help their clients hold them accountable in a way that doesn't feel like a burden for their clients. So what this tool does, and we'll put a demo here and you can watch it, is ultimately it helps uses the AI for your clients to help them find the jobs, tailor their resume, help them find people to network with, and track where they're applying to. Now, this app also gamifies the execution of your program and the execution of applying and networking. So there's transparency and there's a game of it to see what your clients are doing. So if you say, hey, I want you to apply to 10 quality applications a week, and I want you to network with 5 people per company, meaning a total of 50 people, that the tool will track it. And so once you're checking in on them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, however you want to set it up, you can see it, and they always know in real time how they're tracking and how they're executing. And we've seen massive results of our clients executing much better, right? Job seekers executing much better because they see the tracker and the execution again, and that is a level of accountability. And lastly, the reason why accountability is important is because as human behavior, like, we're better at keeping our promise to others than we are to ourselves. Like, I'll give you an example. I am in this fitness journey. Again, I invested in this gym, part of it because I wanted to change my identity because I can't be a fat gym owner, but that's besides just me being a crazy entrepreneur. And I am working with the owners of the gym, and they're master trainers, they're like really good trainers. They just not that, like, they're working on improving their business sense, which is where I come in. I know business, they know gym, and we've already doubled the gym's revenue in like less than 2 months, which is incredible. Besides the point. And yesterday I had a 12-hour back-to-back meeting day. I mean, from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. I had back-to-back meetings, no lunch break, no nothing. I usually do a 24-hour fast on Monday. So instead of like thinking about lunch, if I have meetings during lunchtime, I don't even think about it. So I had a hard workout in the morning. I wake up at 4:30 a.m., go work out, start working at 7 a.m., and have meetings back to back to back all day. And one of those meetings is with my trainer, and I'm like burnt out. Like, I didn't think I was burnt out. He says, Daniel, you're about to be burnt out. And I'm like, no, I am not. Like, I am ready. I'm focused. I got this motivation feel. Long story short, he says you're about to be. He knows better. He's been doing this for like over 20 years, right? And then I wake up this morning burnt out. Didn't want to get out of bed, was making excuses, and I just text him, right? Because I knew he's checking it, and he was able to help me hold me accountable and adjust my day so that I didn't burn myself out. That doesn't happen in Planet Fitness. That doesn't happen if you don't have accountability. And the reason why I'm getting the best results I've ever gotten in my fitness journey is because I have accountability and I have the strategy. And the third part, I have community. So this actually moves me to the third point, which is community. You can have the right strategy, which is fantastic. You can have accountability, which is even better when you mix them together. But there's one more element that will take this program to the next level. And yes, you can do one-on-one and still have strategy and accountability and still get really good results. Probably get you 80% there. But if you want the best of the best of the best programs, you want to build a community. You do not want to isolate your clients. You actually want to put them together. And it's funny, one of our clients that we work with, his name is Adam Broda, and we helped him design his program last year. And he was like, we were kind of doing a yearly review. And he's like, Daniel, one of the best things we did in the program that I didn't realize the power of was that community. The community of other of our clients meeting with each other. And I think what's really interesting is because his clients are mid to senior level professionals. And what's interesting is that there's within that network, yes, you might want to leave this company, but for somebody else in the community, that company might be their dream job. or you don't know if this person gets a job and then is looking to build out a team and he can build it out from this community. And you build this alumni network. And if you actually think about it, it's actually one of the biggest benefits of a university. Like one of the reasons why you should go to a particular university versus another is the network that is there, the alumni base. And if you're not building an alumni base within your career coaching program, then you're missing out on massive advantage, right? Like imagine if you're helping your clients get jobs at top companies and they're now working there, they're hiring managers, decision makers, and you bring them in as guest speakers and they become referrals. Like it's just a whole world of opportunity. Also, too, I'm gonna give you guys a reference on another point here is one of my favorite leadership books is called First Break All the Rules. And it talks about the number one reason why people stay in their job, right? And so I'm fascinated by all this business stuff. I used to think that it was a good manager or a good company culture or pay. No. After reading this book, the facts are clear. And this is from Gallup, where Gallup, who polls and surveys tens of thousands of companies. The number one reason why someone stays in the job is that they have a best friend at work. And I said, that's interesting. How do we make sure that our clients have a best friend in this community? And if we can do that, because we can do office hours, we can do events, we can do holiday parties, we can do award ceremony, we can do shout outs, we can create this level of culture within the community, then you're going to get this massive level of friendships created, and that makes it sticky. So when you combine all those three elements, then you have a perfect program. Right. So as I wrap this up, I hope you're seeing the value of what I am preaching here today. If you truly care about your clients, then you must build in those three elements into your career coaching program: the strategy, the accountability, and the community. Now, the way I see it is that you have two options, and this is where I'm going to humbly pitch to you, right? You can build these elements on yourself, and it will take you years, a decade of trial and error to figure out and tweak what is the right way to implement the strategy, your personal brand, your niche, the accountability, the AI tools, the onboarding call, the follow-ups, the community events, how to set up the community, how to set up the channels, how to increase people sharing their wins, how do we increase referrals. You can figure all that yourselves through trial and error, and odds are you will figure it out with the right time. But if you want a shortcut and you want my team and I to help you build out your program, this is what we do. We know exactly how to build a world-class program in a couple of weeks, as long as you're willing to execute. We will give you the right strategy of us being there, done that, and having seen some of the best programs in the world. We will give you the right accountability, and you will be in an amazing community of fellow career coaches that are in the same goal. So if that is you and you want to learn more, then you can apply for a business audit where we get to learn a little bit more about your business, understand where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. And if we feel that we can help you and we have spots available, we always sell out, but if we have spots available, then we will work with you. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoy this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.